thank you so much for speaking with me. How are you doing?
I'm great, thank you. How are you doing? I mean, it's the end of your day there, right?
It is. It's end of day, end of week, and I'm
Mhm.
very excited because I'm going to Dubai this weekend.
Oh,
Yay!
amazing. I love Dubai. It's
Oh,
it's a it's a very cool city. I had a close friend of mine who lived in Abu Dhabi, and so would always get photos and videos and stuff of when she would travel between cities.
I love it. I love it. Well, Valerie, for those that don't know you, do you want to
Mhm.
introduce yourself and Hopper Security?
Yeah, absolutely. So I am VP of Marketing at Hopper Security. I'm Valerie. Most people also call me Val. And I've been at Hopper since February. Prior to Hopper, I was at Jupiter One for about 4.5 years. And at Jupiter One, I sort of ran every role from brand and events all the way through to being head of marketing there when I left. And I've been in the cyberspace since about 2020. And then prior to that, I was in the B2C space for, oh God, like 12 years.
Love that. You've got such a ton of wisdom. 'Cause I looked through your session description and I was like, this is going to be one of those must attend. But
Oh,
we'll
amazing.
pick we'll pick your brains about that in a minute. Before we get
Mhm.
into that, let's do some icebreakers. Valerie, do you have a drink?
I do. I have a water.
Nah. But that's not the game. The
Okay.
game is never have I ever. But before you panic, it's
Mhm.
Cyber Edition, so don't worry. I'm not going to ask
Okay.
you anything that will get you. Well, hopefully it won't get you in trouble.
Mhm.
It's definitely not illegal, that's for sure.
Okay.
But all I need is total honesty. So, never have I ever used a stock photo of a hacker in a dark hoodie.
Oh man. Does an internal event count?
Yeah, you've
Oh,
used it. You've used it, Valerie. Don't try and cut corners.
for what it's worth, it was for our first company retreat, and I photoshopped our CEO's face onto it. That is the
I
only
love
time I've used it though.
I love a good Photoshop. We actually did with the last time I used Photoshop on an internal thing was we had a competition of who could take the most creative photo, and we were in Romania, so
Mhm.
we photoshopped some bears into the background, and we were all like this.
Oh my god. I love it.
So, and we won.
That's amazing. My favorite one was same event. So we would always joke that like our CEO at Jupiter One was sort of like a hacker bro, and so we photoshopped his face into a hacker and hoodie, and then. Sunil Yu, who created the Cyber Defense Matrix, it's like a really popular cybersecurity framework. We photoshopped his face onto Neo's body for the Matrix, so that one was also a good one.
Hold that thought. You might need that very
Okay.
soon. So, never have I ever taken 15 different photos of my coffee next to my laptop to get the perfect thought leader post.
I've never actually done that.
Oh, okay. Never have I ever accidentally sent an email saying hi first name instead of actually the first name.
Does it count when a token malfunctions? Okay.
Drink up. Don't blame the tokens.
Oh no, this one it was definitely the token because we had to like open a whole ticket. It was a thing because it started a little bit of a war between us and the SDR team. So
Well, actually, that brings us on nicely. Never have I ever had to explain for the 10th time to a sales rep what an MQL is. I think we should just put a description, just a communal description.
yeah.
Never have I ever spent far too much on keyword being crappy event swag. What was it? Do you mind me asking? You don't have to say who bought it. What
Um This was in my B2C days, and it was like a beer opener for like a beverage industry conference. They weren't even a beer company, and they like fell apart before we even got them to like hand out. It was
Oh
bad.
gosh, that is bad. Never have I ever had to convince leadership not to coin a new term. Why did they do it?
Do I drink double if they wanted to create a new category?
Oh my gosh, drink the whole thing. Drink the whole Why do they want to do that? If no one's competing in that space, it means there's either no demand for it or you're going to have to spend millions trying to prove that this is different.
Exactly. It's like the idea of having to spend so much money to establish the category is
Yeah,
just it's insane. I will say the only thing recently that I've seen that really made sense to establish as a category was NHI, non-human identity.
yeah.
Otherwise, like every category that's been created in the last couple of years is just sort of like, oh, that's just this category relabeled.
Yeah, and even Gartner have started like U-turning on their own categories and reverting
Mhm.
back to originals, and it's just like, why are we having this debate?
Oh yeah.
Um, Never have I ever gone to a competitor's conference booth just for the freebies. What did you take?
I have taken stuffies for like little stuffed animals for my daughter because whenever I go to a conference, I always bring her a piece of swag back. And someone had a very, very cute one. I won't name them because then, I don't know that they actually know that I took took one.
But was it like a specific animal or?
It was just like a cute little character, and it was adorable, and so I was like, okay, I was like, I'll just take one of these. It's
I'll take
fine.
and just walk out.
Yes.
Never have I ever, and this is criminal, but I do need honesty, used the
Mhm.
phrase in the ever evolving cyber threat landscape, or a variation of
Oh, okay. It
be
was
honest.
for what it's worth, it was pre-AI.
Same, same. That's the only reason I'm drinking it. It's my first ever blog. Shout out to me, but go read it. Just it was before AI.
It was it was very much before AI, but yeah, we laugh about it now.
Shout out to Before AI, who is a friend of the community.
Exactly.
Um, the next game, Val, is requires super speed. So
Okay.
I believe that there are too many acronyms in our industry.
Mhm.
So no one actually has got 10 out of 10. By the way, the more we go on, the harder they'll get. So if I
Okay.
say AI, you would say
Artificial intelligence.
yes, but faster. So MFA,
Multi-factor authentication.
MSP,
M Oh my god, security it's a security provider. It's a managed security provider. Oh my god.
SOC or SOC.
Oh, security operations center.
Yeah, EDR.
Um, endpoint detection response.
Very good. APT.
Advanced persistent threat.
You're on fire. VPN.
Um, oh god, I actually know this one too. Voice protocol network? No. No, I can't remember. Pass.
Virtual private network.
That's what it is. Virtual private network. I was like, I feel like I know this one.
We will use it.
Yeah.
What is GDPR?
Say that one more time.
GDPR.
Oh, GDPR. It is it's obviously the privacy regulations for the EU, but I don't remember what the actual acronym stands for.
At this game, what is SIM? And that is SIEM.
Oh god. Uh, I don't remember what the acronym stands for, but it's your logs. It's your log system. It's your log management system. Don't remember the acronym.
This one no one's got, and I don't know how to say it either. It's SWSN.
Yes.
And if you don't know, feel free to take a guess.
I have no clue, actually. I've never heard of that one.
Yeah, yeah, it's a hard one. And then the next one is quite funny, actually. It's HAHA.
I mean, that's haha. I have no
Yes, Valerie, you got it.
idea. Is it really?
Yeah, it's made up. It's made up.
Hell,
It's
I
not even
love it.
real. And the
My
point of that game is that there are just too many. There are way
there
too many.
there are this is actually a serious like a funny story related to this. I had a conversation with my boss like this week, and I was writing some pillar pages, and I referenced EASM, which is external attack surface management. And I now sit in the AppSec space, and he goes, "What is EASM?" And I was like, "I don't think I've ever had anyone not know what EASM is." And it was just out of the context of like, he didn't know. And he was like, "Oh, I know what it is." But it was like out of the context of like, we're in AppSec. Nobody knows what that means.
I think that's such a good point because sometimes we get so immersed in this language and then we
Yes.
forget that people around us may not be using it.
Yes.
So I'm all for scrapping them all together. But,
Mhm.
I'm just one person.
Yep.
This is a movement.
I support this. We sit in the SCA space, so software composition analysis space, and I try my hardest to avoid acronyms
Yeah.
anywhere and everywhere. And if I use them, I always define them
Yeah.
because you can't assume that especially your executive buyers, even know what they mean. So,
Yeah. For sure. So the next game is really fun. I'm gonna
mhm.
say something and I just want you to finish my sentence, but just say whatever comes to mind.
Okay.
Um, Feel free to say anything that comes to mind. We've had some very fun answers on this. So
Okay.
I'll give you an example. The dark web is like,
Oh man, the dark web is like walking through the Grand Bazaar.
that sounds quite enjoyable for me.
Yeah.
Explaining cybersecurity to my family is like,
Teaching my 9-year-old what a rotary phone is.
if my marketing budget doubled tomorrow, the first thing I would do is,
Ooh, hire a really, really good threat researcher.
oh, that is good. Um, n- AI in cybersecurity marketing is like.
Um, Influencers in B2C.
And the most overused marketing buzzword in our industry right now is.
AI, vibe coding, take your pick. And I say that as like I sit also within like the dev space as well with my work, and it's like I hear these things constantly.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Do you know what? Every speaker has said AI, and it's like if you're not saying AI, like I I don't know why do we even say it anymore. Um,
Actually, so really quick, this is funny. The my talk, I say like I talk about how to like prove value without using buzzwords like AI, and then uh, and then like a month into this was after I had submitted my talk. A month into our company being out of stealth, we added AI features, and I was like, "Damn it!"
oh dear. Well, at least you're one of the gang now.
Yes, this is true. We're one of many. It sort of became like table stakes. It's not one of those things that like I mean, we do it well, but it's just like it's not core to what we do.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
So a cybersecurity trade booth is like.
Oh man. A like a free swag giveaway. I'm trying to think of an example that's not a trade show booth, but yeah, just basically people come up to they don't come up to talk to you about your product. They come up to get your swag. And if it's not nailed down, they will still try to they'll I mean, even if it is
They'll
nailed
take the
down, they'll try to
scam.
take it.
They'll take the people.
I had someone try to take we had like a cardboard cutout that was quite literally like life size, or maybe it was like 8 feet tall. Someone tried to take that, and I was like, it's attached to the booth. Like, what are you doing?
Was it like Brad Pitt or something? What was
No, it was a rocket.
that's pretty cool. Um, so the next big trend in cybersecurity marketing will be.
Um, I mean, I hate to say AI, but like doing more with less resources. I didn't really think that that was going to be a thing until I came into this role. And it's like, I'm a marketer, I'm a team of one, and I also do sales work. And so between the two, it's like you just optimize outputs as much as possible and you find ways to automate and expedite your work. So I would definitely say kind of doing more with less, using resources like AI tools.
Nice. If I could give one piece of advice to my younger self, it would be.
Oh man, don't stress perfection. I am a perfectionist and a little OCD at heart. All of my friends that know me well know I will sit and like adjust things because they are just slightly tilted. Um, but kind of like accepting that like 95% is okay because you're going to iterate on things a
Yeah,
million times. Work in progress is, it's okay to release a work in progress because you know you're going to go back and iterate on it. So,
love that. And then the final one, my email password is.
uh, a nursery rhyme.
No way!
Uh-huh.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I'll ask you later what your favorite nursery rhyme is. But last question before we actually talk about the fun stuff is if you had to describe cybersecurity marketing in the name of a song or a film, what would it be and why?
Oh man. So I would say it is for me personally, it is Rick Astley, Never Gonna Give You Up, as in the Rick roll. Mostly because the best friends and the closest relationships and the best mentors I've had in my entire career have all come from this space.
Oh, I love that. Fun fact, I actually said that song in a job interview. They said if we were at karaoke, what would we sing and why? And I said that, and I said, and my why was because I'm never gonna give you up. I'm never gonna let you down. Criminal.
Okay. From that perspective, it's pretty cringy.
Yeah, I mean, I got the job, but cringe.
Amazing.
So I do want to talk a little bit about your session, Valerie.
Mhm.
And I know there'll be a lot of people that are thinking, how do we launch a brand in
Mhm.
cyber when there's a million billion cybersecurity companies out there? How do we actually
Totally.
stand out?
Mhm.
So there's going to definitely be a lot of people there, but what can
Yeah.
people expect from your session and why should they attend?
Yeah, absolutely. So I will tell you that I'm going to be sharing like my launch templates and everything that I had kind of coming in and what I planned. And then all the things that got dropped. Because, so fun fact, before I left Jupiter One, we were actually kind of planning a brand relaunch. And so I actually had built out a like, okay, if we're relaunching the brand from scratch, what does that look like? And then I was able to bring that over into to Hopper and actually use it as the template for my launch. And so, you know, it means talking to your engineers, talking to the CTO, talking to basically every technical person possible to really and truly understand the differentiators. And then you have to then connect that with your, so for me, it's our CEO. He's our head of go-to-market as well. Connecting that to the business value and the business drivers and just iterate until you find the right words. We were originally going to launch a website that had like maybe 6 or 7 pages. Unfortunately, his father passed away right before or like right around the time of launch. And so instead, we launched with like 3 pages. We now have 16. So it's just a process of like iterating, having really open communication, and just making sure that everything you're doing is you want to avoid the buzzwords, you want
Yeah,
to avoid relying on FUD and also fear, obviously. And then really just focusing in on quality content, like technical, high quality content. We're actually most of our go to market is unpaid. So we don't have ads. Every now and then I'll sponsor something for like $1,000, like a thought leader post for that something is really performing well. But otherwise, we don't have paid ads. We're
completely free.
really just focus in on the organic content, relationship marketing, and just kind of like really pushing how you can do better than your competitors. And like I said, we launched into a crowded space, and so you can't come in and be like, "Hey, I can do this 10 to 15% better." I need to come in and say, "I can do this 10 times better."
Mhm.
because that's the kind of the hurdle that you need to get over.
Yeah, I love that. And I love the fact that you mentioned not leaning in with fear, because for me, one of the
Mhm.
things that makes me come out in a rash and throw
Mhm.
up is when companies lead with fear. And I think in the cyberspace, particularly senior leaders, they know it's not a case of if it's going to happen, so it's a case of when.
Yes.
And I think it's just inevitable, but no one really likes that
Mhm.
fear approach, even from sales. And I always say to sales teams, don't lead with fear. Are you still seeing that a lot of companies are doing that? And why would they do that?
Yeah, I mean, fear resonates, especially if you're in anything that's connected to vulnerability management. I mean, if you look at, I'm sure if you've been on LinkedIn ever, you'll see a lot of cybersecurity marketers or cybersecurity thought leaders who talk a lot about, zero-day exploits, and exploitability is really the main buzzword right now. And it as much as it's a campaign of education, it is also a campaign of fear. Like, you need to react right now because there are 150 npm packages that have been exploited, or you need to react right now because Ivanti has another exploit today, right? And so I personally think that when you're constantly shouting into the void, and there are tens of thousands of new vulnerabilities every day, it just becomes noise. And so instead, it's like, okay, how do I get rid of the noise? How do I calm that down? And instead focus on how do we clear what is actually reachable? How do we clear your backlog? How do we make security a business driver? How do you build the relationship with your engineers who are the ones that actually have to fix it, right? Because while security is accountable, ultimately your engineers are responsible for fixing.
Yeah. And then the other thing that you touched upon, which I thought was really
Mhm.
interesting, was in cybersecurity marketing, when you are a one-man band or one girl band,
Yes.
it is hard to know where to focus and prioritize your time. And we talked earlier about doing more with less. But
Yes.
in well, for other companies that are in the same boat as you, because I know
Mhm.
that there are a lot of solo marketers that are going to be joining, where would you say place your bets or focus your efforts? What do you see as having the biggest impact?
Okay, so if you are very strong in the space that you're coming into and that you're going to be launching in, then you should be the lead product marketer. If you are, and so I came in where I was less technical, I'm not an AppSec person. And so instead, my CEO, who is an AppSec person, and my CTO and all of my engineers, they're all AppSec people. They were my best product marketers. And so I would actually have brainstorming sessions with them. And if anyone has ever read any of my LinkedIn posts, I talk about this a lot, but it's like, this to me like I'm your mom. Explain this to me like I'm five. This to me like I'm your grandma, because it's like some of these concepts are super, super technical. And it's the differentiator, and it's why we are able to deliver X business value. But you need the technical portion of that to kind of substantiate your claims, right? And so being able to lean in on your CEO or whoever, like your founders, they are your best product marketers. They know why they built the product, they have the vision, they have the story, and it's your job as a marketer to take that and deliver it into what is it into like websites and LinkedIn posts and blogs and things like that. So culminating that story, culminating the relationship, and then taking that story and really translating it for the audience is really the best thing to do. I will also say, have a list of all the things that you have to have. The it's like the need to haves, the nice to haves, and the want to haves, right? And know that like most likely your need to haves are probably non-negotiable, but everything else on that list is absolutely negotiable and it may not happen. So
Yeah. No, I love that. I love that. And I'm really looking forward to seeing those templates and those examples that you mentioned. So, just to wrap up, other than your own session, what are you most looking forward to about the conference and why?
oh man, so this is actually going to be my third year. Yeah, third year attending in person, but I attended all of the conferences that they've run, so I really really enjoy them. I actually find the cyber marketing conference to be the most valuable conference for me as a cyber marketer. I love the workshops, like I love getting in and like getting hands on something, and so all of the workshops are sort of things I've been eyeing. I went to basically every workshop last year, love them, and then. Honestly, I like the solo talks because I find that there's a ton of technical value in them. The
Yeah.
panels are nice, but honestly, the solo technical talks, it's like, man, you get so much value out of them. It's like I come back with a notebook of ideas to execute on. So,
I see the same thing. This is like the community is such an oversharing community,
mhm.
and I'm so grateful. And I love it, you know. But thank you so much, Val, for sharing everything, and good
You're
luck for
welcome.
the session. I'll be there front row, and if anyone wants to hit you up or connect with you on LinkedIn, please do
Mhm.
connect with Val. She's amazing, and check out Hopper Security as well.
Thank you. Appreciate the time.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.